Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Banana Bread Trades. Name is Goose. We're here to rock after this post-FOMC madness. How's everyone doing? Good morning, Keith. Good morning, NV. Samantha, Caleb. Good morning, good morning. Chief asks, are we not doing monthly review? We'll probably do it next week. I'm going to be gone all the rest of today and most of tomorrow. Sam's gone and a few other people can't do it. So we'll probably just crank it out next week just because no one's going to be able to do it. To be honest, I completely forgot. Like, it was the end of the month until yesterday. And I was like, oh, shit. That's all there is. We're already through January. Let's see here. Not a whole lot of overnight. I mean, there's a little overnight movement, but not like a lot. 230, 350, about 120 points up. But I think we probably get some continuation to the downside. Maybe not. I don't know. It is post FOMC day, so I mean, there's always that chance we just retrace absolutely everything because that's what it likes to do. Let's see here. Wow, I'll wait. It's a little too early. I'll say the options volumes are pretty wide so far this morning for ES. CL pretty close to opening. I'm going to be trading my Bolinox account today because I don't like trading all my big stuff live. I don't know, trading live's hard. But I don't mind trading my Bolinox account. See if we can't make $200-300 bucks. Maybe, I don't know. I'm only going to stream the first 30 minutes of today. And then I got to get in my truck and go. Got to drive all the way to Northwest Kansas, so. I will be gone for most of today. Like I said, I'll be gone most of tomorrow as well. But I figured I had a little bit of time this morning before I had to go, and I didn't stream last week, so I was like, all right, we're gonna crank out a stream. We're gonna crank out a stream today just to get something on the board. Am I right? Caleb says he likes the pump. I don't mind the pump. I don't mind the pump. It could very well be Pump City. Let's see that high. Let's mark that out. FOMC high at 17,484. That wick though did fill the gap from the prior day that we had on FOMC. That high was also a hedge pressure and half gap. So we'll have to keep note on those two levels for sure. Actually, that's where the top of call volume is right now too, at 49.30. So we will be watching that like a hawk. Usually, you know, it's funny as far as my statistics go, because you guys know I love my statistics. My sorry, I'm dying. My worst trading day statistically is post FOMC day. So this would be my statistical worst trading day, which I always pick the best days to trade on live stream. It's either like a super tight, choppy range, one of those days where we reverse 800 points, And then, or like today, post FOMC day. Gold is on a tear right now. Oh my goodness. Absolutely pumping. Oh, I know what I need to do. Did anyone get a little silly over FOMC? I know I got a little silly. There's a few pretty good opportunities yesterday. So we got into the YOLO accounts. Made a little bit, lost a little bit. Overall, very good day. Caleb says he had a long near the bottom for 25 points. Didn't really expect that crazy of a pump. Honestly, I didn't expect it when it came. Just because, in my opinion, what JPow said wasn't anything like crazy. You know, and then the dump afterwards, you know, we dumped pretty hard when he said it was right when he said we didn't discuss rate cuts for March. And that's not really like a surprise, I guess. But, you know, market be doing market things. Because in the last meeting, he said the earliest we would discuss rate cuts is June of 2024. Right? So the fact that they didn't discuss rate cuts for March is just like, yeah, we know that. We know that. But let's talk about FOMC yesterday. I don't think we heard any new information. Right? We didn't get anything new. We didn't get anything really exciting. So the market's going to do what the market wants to do. I don't think this is going to be an FOMC induced move. So yeah, I think a pullback's needed. As we could see when we were at all-time highs, buyers ran out of confidence as we went higher. There really wasn't heavy shorting, but it was more of just the buyers. I mean, you stop seeing the size getting thrown. So that just means we need to make a move lower, collect more buyers so we can move up again with confidence. So that's basically what we're doing right now. Let's pull up the daily. My daily chart's not loaded. Yeah, that's great. Love that. So, oh well, the daily chart's not going to load with this with this prop firm data. I can pull it up on my let me pull it up on my amp. I got it over here. So here is our daily chart. We did a little bit of a pullback. This is for ES. Now this is EPH, but that's just that is the ticker for ES on AMP. But I don't know, that 4,900 probably be a good spot to short if we want a continuation to the downside above 4,900. I mean, we're probably going to go clean up that 4930 area. What I like to look for continuations is I don't want it to cross the 50% of the day before. As long as that holds, that shows we have strength and a trend, and we're in a trending market, which big fan, as you guys know, big fan of trending markets. So yeah, we'll be looking for that. That's also that bottom of that little bit of a consolidation zone, that 4900. So we'll be looking to take shorts there if we can get up there. Also depends where column put volume is. And then anything under that, I mean, yeah, let's go ahead and short it. Let's get down to 48.20 at least. At least. I mean, we have quite a bit of room to the downside. We got a lot of icky structure that needs fixed. Yeah, a down move, if anything, is just extremely healthy for anyone who wants to long. Let's look at least to where the market has strength and we can catch runners again. So NQ, we still have this, we had this gap here. I mean, it filled with the wick. Pretty good sized gap. I expect that to be, oops. I expect that gap there at, let's see, 47.22, 47.83. I expect that to be the resistance area of we don't break back above that until we do some really good pullback stuff. Good morning, Seth. Yeah, we're streaming today, baby. For a little bit. For the first 30 minutes of RTH, we'll stream. Maybe throw some trades on the Bullinox account. The one that I still have, that I haven't liquidated out yet. But yeah, I look for that to be the rejection zone. Hopefully. This area right here. I look for us to reject there. Or not even get up to there. I'd like to pull down into this area here, this 16,900 area. I'd like to pull down at least into here to collect some more buyers. Get into that balance zone and then make a decision. Okay, do we want to continue to the upside or do we want to rotate down even further to collect more buyers? I don't see like a big sell-off coming, you know, like a huge generational. I don't see a COVID sell-off or a 2023 sell, or what was it, 2021 into 2021 into 2022. I don't see that scale of sell-off happening, but I mean, like a healthy pullback is absolutely necessary. Unless of course some like massive economic news comes out, then anything can happen, right? It is election year, so I can guarantee the people who are trying to get reelected are going to try to pump the market as hard as they can so they can use that as they're going to try to use that as voting leverage. Or the other guy is going to say the market is pumping because it's pricing in him coming into office. I thought that was hilarious. I'm not political at all. I avoid politics altogether. To be honest, I wish we just had better choices on all sides. But it's whatever, man. Can't do shit about it. All I can do is focus on me and doing me things the best that me can do. And right now, it's hanging out with all of you. Rocky's talked about a 3 to 4 day pullback. Yeah, like 3 to 4 days, get into that 16,900 area. I would 100% be all right with that. So CL opens here, and what time is it? 7:48. So we still got 10 minutes until CL opens. You know, it's funny. I haven't been at charts this early in like 2 or 3 weeks. Normally I get up, I don't get 2 charts till 8:15 because I don't trade pre-market, and the way I got all my stuff set up, it's pretty automatic. I get on, see where options volume is, pull up RS, and then wait for opening range to develop and make a plan after market open. So there's not a lot of reason to be up as early outside of, I do a lot of chart work post close. So every day at market closes at 3 my time, right? Every day I go through a review my day, look at the charts, and do all my charting like right then when everything's fresh for a good 30 minutes to an hour. And then I'm ready for the next day. I don't do my charting in the morning because in the morning I'm groggy. I like to sleep in sometimes. Sometimes I don't have my coffee. So while I'm fresh, my mind is good, I'll do all that shit right at market close. Good morning, Decoy. He's here. Start the stream. Baby, we're live. Coming live from my basement. Anyone trade overnight? I made a little CL short overnight on like one MCL. I made like 20 bucks. So we're green 20 bucks on the Bullinox account. Now let me pull it up, but not DDoS myself at the same time. Yeah, because if you scroll down on the account info, it shows like your full name, address, and everything. So this is the Bullinox account we're working with right now. I just keep $1,000 in it. I gotta go till next week till I can make a withdraw. So we got the withdrawal amount in right now, but I'd like to add to it. They denied my payout, so I was a little angry. I don't know. We'll find some more. We'll go. We'll increase the size a little bit. The reason they denied my payout, that was because I didn't have enough trading days since my last payout, which was on Wednesday of last week. I was just like, man, I got the money in there. Let's try. And they said no, which never stop going full dick, my life motto. I like that. Yeah, I took a withdrawal last Wednesday, so technically I have to go to next week till I can get a withdrawal. Which is black and white in their rules. I just don't like it. So it's just like I want it, but also I get it. But I've taken like 1,000 withdrawals from this account too. Not 1,000, but I had it all 2023 withdrawn once every 3 weeks, all like through 2023. Which honestly, kind of nice too, because you get 2 weeks to make $1,000, right? Like that's all I do in this account. I just get it to its withdraw and then take its withdraw. And you I guess you don't have, you have 3 weeks to make $1,000. Which if you're patient, you can do that in like 3 days. So you got 3 weeks to maybe trade 3 days, or spread it out even longer, make 150 to $100 a day. And you get to that withdraw pretty effortlessly. And I do like that a lot. I mean, it's like out of all the accounts I have, this one's like the easier one to get the withdrawal like every time, just because like it's not like it's a small amount. $1,000 is $1,000, but relative to what I trade in some of my other accounts, it's like, okay, yeah, we could do this. Just put on a micro, let it go all day. Especially when we're trending, you can get that one micro to get your payout pretty quick. Catch a 200 pointer on 1 or 2 MNQ. Good morning, Rocky. So today we're going to buy and sell the middle of the range with maximum leverage. Both directions. With as many micros as we can. And claim we're right both ways. Decoy says it's annoying, but building a good habits. He loves Top Step, but knowing he can take out the money after waiting 5 days does itch the degen in me to push it sometimes. I agree. Rocky. Yeah, that is the one thing with trading. It's like, you know you can just press 10 at the low a day and make life-changing money. Like, we have to settle that degen in here, because when you do that, we all know it's not going to be the low a day when we do it. But when we hit it with 1 micro, it'll be the low a day. But if we hit it with full leverage, we'll not be the low a day. That's just how it goes. So you just have to, you know, keep that discipline inside of you and be like, okay, let's make this a career and not a gambling addiction, which is tough because, like I said, the life-changing money is only a couple clicks away at any point in time. Same thing with FOMC. I mean, how many people probably blew their accounts yesterday on FOMC? I mean, I know I had a YOLO account too, so I went pretty heavy, pretty heavy as well. I mean, that's just the thing. You can make so much money with just a click of a button. It's dangerous because you can also lose so much money with the click of a button, which is also the nice thing about prop firms is they've probably saved so many. Sethmo says, Goose, do you see F1 news last night? I'm so incredibly angry about it. I don't know if you've been on my Twitter, but I've put like 100 tweets out in my replies just fuming. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. It's the stupidest effing reason to not let someone into F1, and it's mostly just spite and being elitist. I hate it. I unsubbed from my F1 TV subscription. I'm so mad. Oh, you said Hamilton's going to Ferrari? I thought you were talking about Andretti. Well, now I gotta go to Twitter. No way Hamilton's going to Ferrari. I don't believe that. Don't believe that whatsoever. What? No, that's real. Holy shit. F1 to Ferrari in 2025. That's incredible. That's such a wild move. I did not see Hamilton going to Ferrari. They must have thrown him a ridiculous size contract, unless he just didn't believe in the Mercedes car. I wonder how that's going over. That's actually incredible. So who's he moving, Seth Mode? Is he taking Carlos's seat or is he taking Leclerc's seat? Because if Carlos gets kicked off, man, I feel bad for Carlos. Because, like, Carlos is a great driver. Like, I don't know. I don't understand that move at all. I'm going to have to wait for some more, like, interviews and shit to come out, I guess. That is wild. On top of wild, lots of wild news in F1 in the last 2 days. I was mad about the, man, he's taking Sainz seat. That's a bummer for Sainz. I was mad about the Andretti thing, just because they basically said we don't want another team in there because that would take away from our profit sharing. You know, it's just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, are you motorsport or are you entertainment? And that move there kind of told me, like, okay, they're just in for entertainment. They don't give a fuck about the racing. Because how can you say that Andretti and GM Cadillac aren't big enough names to enter the sport, right? Like that was a ridiculous call. Andretti has more wins than half the teams on the grid. So yeah, I was pretty angry about that. Unless that something comes out about that, probably won't watch that. Then the Hamilton to Ferrari move, I don't know, that's just a wild move altogether. And then how can they say it's they don't think they would be competitive where like Haas struggles just to build a car every year, let alone be competitive, you know? I don't get that at all. That's pretty shitty on F1 overall on the FIA. So I think the FIA approved it. It was the governing body of F1 that actually denied it. So I don't know. It's all dumb. I'm angry about it. Gonna be angry about it. I'm sad for Sainz because I feel like he's one of the better drivers in F1. You know, I'd put him in the probably top 5 drivers of F1. But I mean, also 7-time F1 championship or Carlos Sainz. It's really tough because if you put Sainz up against anyone else besides Hamilton and Verstappen, they're probably like, yeah, we'll keep Sainz. But then between those two, it's like, oh shit. Can't really do that one. Oil is open. CL is open. Let's see what this thing gives us. Eunice, what's up, my dude? What is up, my guy? How are you doing, sir? But CL is open. Let's see. Whichever way we break out of opening range, I'll take the retest. I think it's probably to the downside. CL is kind of in like a multi-day sell-off. Archie, what's bussin', my dude? Getting the whole fam up in here. Also, it's funny because I got here like a whole hour early. I meant to only start streaming 30 minutes early. So you guys got me for like a whole extra half hour. Good for me. I got up earlier than I needed to. That's how I operate in the mornings. My brain does. This is why I don't chart in the mornings, because my brain is tired and I don't know what I'm doing. Rhino Snacks, what's up, my dude? Glad to see you make it as well. Eunice says couldn't find time to trade nowadays. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, getting busy with life sucks. It's the nice thing about the futures market is you can find you can trade any time of the day, but you know, some times of the day are just garbage to trade. There is usually a little bit of crypto movement over the weekends though, so I'm thinking about opening up a crypto trading account, trade like USDT, something like that. There's usually pretty good movement on that. I'm always so sussed out on crypto. Crypto susses me out so hard just because like you can make a transfer and the money can just disappear completely. No one knows where it went. Archie, are we excited for today? Heck yes, my dude. Heck yes, we are excited for today. Hopefully we get a good move. It is post FOMC day, so like I'm going in here with a little bit of caution. We're gonna trade smaller on our Bullinox account. Try to make $200 or something. We're already up $20. So I'd say if we can find one good trade somewhere, I like a call or put wall. We'll see what I'm assuming. RS is going to open up and look like utter garbage today, being post FOMC day, as it normally does. Yeah, so I'm assuming we won't get any RS plays. It'll probably be strictly call put walls. That'll probably take on ES. What's NQ looking? We're not quite to NQ time yet, but it's at 17,275. So that's our put wall. And then our call wall is at exit out of that. Our call wall is at 17,500. Oh yeah, so they like the upside. Everything is lining up with that wick from yesterday at the highs. Because both our ES call wall is up there too. It's at 49.30. 49.35, I guess. Look at that. And then 48.50, so that's in the right spot. Both of these pretty wide today. But look at both of those upper call walls are right there at that that top wick from yesterday. That's that FOMC wick to the upside that we got. That's where both call walls are, so good to watch there. That will be extremely important. But also opening up in the middle of these two call walls, that's pretty typical. And then we move to either side, play the rotation. Probably what we're gonna go with. What was NQ levels again? Oh, I'll post that. Let me post that in the Discord. It's actually a little too early yet though. Too early yet. It's only 8:05. Give it like 20 more minutes and then the numbers mean something. But so far the levels are 17,275, 17,275, and 17,500 on NQ. And then 48.50 and 49.35 on ES. Those are the levels that we'll be watching today. And then, ooh, I'm gonna need to change my opening range indicator color. I just noticed that because I have a heat map on now. Move that to red. Yeah, I like red. Ugh. I'm about to sneeze. I'm just like holding it in. Okay, so there's opening range. Then same thing over here, opening range. Because I have my heat map on, my heat map's yellow. The opening range needs to be red probably, so I can see. So upper call wall is the same as yesterday on ES. Was it that yesterday? I don't remember what it was yesterday, honestly. Let me check the record books. As you guys, if you guys don't know, we post the call put volume every day in the Discord in hashtag call put volume. Yesterday, yeah, the upper wall was 49.35 yesterday on ES as well. So same spot, but the bottom obviously is a lot lower because we've moved down so much. Decoy asked, am I going to be live trading today? I'm going to trade for the first 30 minutes and then I got to hop in my car and drive to a wedding. So I'll be gone all the rest of today and probably gone tomorrow. So I wanted to like at least get this trade, or I wanted to get a stream out this week just because I didn't stream it all last week, and I really didn't want to go 2 weeks without, you know, putting out a stream, because then, you know, you start to fall off and shit. So no, we're streaming today. And then, like I said, I'll probably be gone. I'll be gone, obviously, the rest of the day. I gotta drive. And then, I'll be gone tomorrow for sure. But we're gonna trade the first 30 minutes. See if we can get a... If we get a call or a put wall test, or maybe like a MHP test, you know, something really obvious. We'll throw some cons on here on our Bolinox account, see what we can do. If not, then that's how it be. Because, like we talked about earlier, it's post FOMC day, so it's probably gonna be like people are gonna get hurt today. You know, like that's the type of day it's gonna shape up to be. It's gonna be weird. Big moves are gonna happen. CL is dumping out of opening range, so we were right on that one. I didn't take the trade just because like CL when it's bearish is kind of hard to trade. Whereas CL when it's bullish is a lot easier to trade. CL makes weird moves when it's bearish. That's when we get those random spikes in either direction. And it's pretty hard to get. It's harder to get a short entry on CL. Just because you notice like it'll wick a lot harder like in all directions. It won't be like a nice steady trend. Whereas like when CL is bullish and like you guys will see it, we'll bust out of opening range. We'll trend for a little bit. We'll come back right around RTH open, retest opening range, and then we'll trend just straight up nice low volatility uptrend. And those are like the easy trades to do on CL. So that's like the only setup trade I do on CL. You just have to be patient and wait for it to happen. Gold has been doing its own thing like the last 2 weeks. It was really good prior to the new year, but then whenever the new year hit, dude, that thing got wild. Right? We were in a nice trend and now it's just kind of doing its own thing. So I've been chilling on gold, but NQ and ES have been some pretty nice trading. I mean, we kind of got into a range the last week or two. So the trading's been good, but I haven't gotten any like big runners, you know, just because the market hasn't trended. If the market's not going to trend, then we're not going to get runners, you know. Yeah, Caleb, you're correct. The gold's been ranging and volatile for like an entire month. It's been tough. It's been straight up tough. Decoy, do we have news today? Let me go check. Did you guys check the news? Did you guys check the news section? Today, Decoy posted, we have jobless claims. That was at 7:30, right when we got on. News productivity. We have PMI 15 minutes after open. ISM manufacturing 30 minutes after open. And construction spending, so that's nothing too crazy. But PMI 15 minutes after open. We will have to be aware and prepared for that as well. And gold is just on a tear. Look at that thing. It's just mooning. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go blow my nose. You guys don't have to hear me be stuffy. Okay, we're back. I can breathe now. Breath. Oil trying to make a move back into opening range. And I've noticed like on bear days, the opening range trade like isn't as good on CL. It just like generally moves. Like it'll wick opening range a little bit harder on bear days, which like I said makes it harder to get that entry. Let's switch this to time and sales. There we go. I like having time zone sales up more than the DOM, just because we have the DOM on the chart already. Like this little thing on the right, that's our DOM, so it's a pretty clear idea of where we are going. Caleb says CL looks like it likes to give a good entry pre-market before open. Yeah, so CL opens 30 minutes before RTH, right? So it opens, so for my time, market opens at 8:30. CL opens at 8. Generally the move out of opening range will happen right then. And then when RTH comes around, that's when we get the opening range retest. And all the RTH traders get to get their entry. But I said if it's a bear day, that entry usually is kind of eh. So, but if, like I said, if we pump right out of opening range, right at market open, I will buy that retest. But that retest usually happens like right at market open or right before market open. Let's pull up our CL chart. Oh, we could pull up milk futures. Oh, what's the ticker for crude? Want to give me Malaysian crude? There's so many tickers for crude and AMP. There we go. WTI, okay. I don't care that it's micro. The daily chart will look the same. So here's crude. Or current contract on crude. You can see we made that push. We really tried to bust into the 80s. We took a rejection at 80, which was expected, honestly. So now we're trying to see if we're going to reload and push 80 or if we're going to sell off and go down to 65. That seems to be kind of the big decision here. We got inventories yesterday. Inventories were fine. Nothing really surprising. Also kind of depends on what's going on. Sorry. Also kind of depends what's going on in the Middle East a little bit for, you know, this next half year move. I mean, really for like the United States and stuff, as far as like gas prices go, if oil could just stay at like 75 all the time, like in that area, oil companies make money, and then gas can be like around that 2 to 250 area, which is acceptable. That is like the hardest thing about working in the oil business is it's such a volatile commodity that you really never know. Like, you never know if the project that you're working on now is going to pay off based on like the oil price in the future. And it's almost a little bit like, I mean, there's a lot of like forecasting and analysts and everything that works for these major oil companies to kind of give them a good idea of like, hey, we should start this project now, so when it's done, oil will hopefully be at this price. But at the same time, it's almost like gambling a little bit too, because let's say you just put in a whole bunch of like millions and billions of dollars on this whole new infrastructure for an oil field that you're drilling. Well, and then you come around and price of oil is at like $20. You're effed, right? Like, that's not going to pay out. But at $70, it's at $75, if you're an oil company and you're not making money, you're going to go out of business no matter what. The company I worked for, their break-even price was like $29. They need oil to be at $29 to break even, which is like extremely low. This was a smaller, privately owned oil company, and their expenses were extremely low. They were also an operating company, but like the typical majors, they need probably like $50, $55 oil to be breaking even, maybe a little less. Probably around 40, maybe $40 to $50 oil to break even, right? Or they're losing money on some big projects, but they're making money on some of their other projects. But at $70, everyone's making enough money to continue doing projects and keeping people employed and doing all the good stuff. And also gas prices don't get all crazy, because you guys, if you've seen when oil dumps to like $20 a barrel, that rebound when oil comes back up, because when it goes to $20 a barrel, all these oil companies run out of business, they halt production, all this stuff. When we make that bounce, that's when gas prices go to like $4 a gallon, or if you're in California, $10 a gallon. Like, we don't want that. If it just stays at 70, everything can get fluctuated, supply and demand can get fluctuated just perfectly to where everything just stays like at acceptable, affordable prices. How do y'all price that in on projects then, says Caleb? So you have like professional analysts that we'll look at stuff like the projects I did. Those were all projects that were going to be done within a year. So like they were going to be started and done within a year. So you would look at current oil price, and then you would look at the average deviation of oil price within a year and say, okay, so like we're at $80 a barrel oil. Well, on the downside, oil could be like the average price of oil for the year could be at a low of like 55 and at a high of like 90. So then we'll just look at that range and be like, all right, the project pays out on the low side of the range. If the project pays out on the low side of the range, we do the project. It's like, it's going to pay out unless there's a catastrophic COVID event again. The project should pay out. So we'll go ahead and do it. And then like those other bigger companies, you know, on those bigger projects, they have to look at 3 to 4 years of analyzing, you know, data and stuff. And that it's basically impossible to forecast oil 4 years out. So at that point, you're kind of taking a chance, but those larger oil companies also have so much other income being generated. Like they have projects they started 20 years ago, right? And they have all these projects that are starting at all times that make thousands and thousands and thousands of barrels of oil, like an ungodly amount of money. Like you guys can't fathom how much money these big oil companies make. So like they're okay if like, okay, one project didn't pay out, but all these other ones did. And that's kind of the thing with drilling for oil. You don't know for sure there's oil down there when you're exploring for oil. Like, we'll know if we have seismic on the reservoir and we've drilled one before in that area, we'll know there's oil down there. But if you don't know there's oil down there, there's always that chance that you can do all the research in the world, but it's still a chance you're taking that, like, oh, hey, this might be a dry hole. Good morning, Joel. Welcome. But I will say, so you can hate on oil companies all you want, they keep the entire infrastructure of the United States is based off of the oil economy, right? At least in the Midwest, for sure. Like, you go through Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, all those states. Montana, not as much, just because they're so out there in the middle of nowhere. Wyoming, especially Wyoming. All of those states, their economies run strictly on oil. Like, oil is what the main job that's out there. All the other jobs around oil, or are all the other like jobs and like banks and everything, those are all generated around the people who have oil field jobs, because that's the main source of like income out there. But enough about oil talk. We got 5 minutes until open. Let's look at our call put volumes. I'm gonna go ahead and post these in the Discord as well, just so I don't miss a day. There it is. All right, so call put volume 4850, so it's still the same. 4935, it's still the same. And then for QQ, or for NQ, it's 17275, 17500. Okay, so the volume hasn't moved much pre-market, or if it has, the volume's been coming in on the same levels. So we're very confident in those levels when they don't move at all like that. Okay. All right, we're ready to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes until open. We're excited. I hope you're excited. Where do you find the call put volume? So you go to AMP, or not AMP. You go to your, I'm using it on my AMP Quant Tower, but you just go to this little thing up here in the top left, click it, and you scroll down and find Options Analytics. I can't read. Oh, right here. Options Analytics. Pull that up. And then this is the Options Analytics. You can right click and select all the things you want on or off of this. But it shows you all the different thetas. It shows you all the Greeks and everything for whatever you're trading on ES. The only thing I watch, same thing with ES and NQ. The only thing I watch is just the max volume at these strike prices. Yeah, Thinkorswim. I think Thinkorswim has a better version of this, actually. Thinkorswim is really, like, they are designed, like, for options. That's a really good platform for this. Oh, you're using NinjaTrader. Yeah, I don't know if NinjaTrader... I've never used Ninja, actually. So I don't know anything about NinjaTrader. But, yeah, on QT, that's what I use. I just look at the max volume for each strike price, and gives you kind of like a free idea of, like, hey, market's looking at... like, these are the levels that the market is interested in today. You're with Apex, so you might not have... I don't know if Apex has it or not. I've always just used it on my AMP, just because I have free data and stuff. I mean, I know I have my Apex up right here, but this is just because I'm trading my Bolinox account today. Normally, I have all my charts up with my AMP. I think CQG data is... CQG data is a little bit better than that rhythmic paper data. Not a big fan of the rhythmic paper data. As you guys saw earlier with the daily chart, like, it just doesn't load half the data sometimes, which is super annoying. So here we go. We got a minute left until open, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your britches. Let's pull up RS here. Yeah, like I said, I'm expecting rocket scooter maps to be garbage today just because it's post FOMC day. Usually that means we're just gonna open and things are gonna be really confusing. Sorry for all the questions. Oh no, sir. Don't be sorry. That's what we're here for. We're here to answer questions, do cool stuff, talk about trading. So you hit me with all the questions you got. That's what we're here for. RS is rocket scooter. They just post basically they can show you the hedge differences between the call and put volumes of the options chain for the underlying. So like for ES it would be SPY. You can see the options chain, how the liquidity map shows out. Same thing for QQQ. Market is open, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens. I don't use rocket scooter specifically for all my trades, but I do I like using it to give myself a bias on what I think price action will be. We're opening up pretty close to that lower put wall. I don't think I'm going to get long right away, though. Is that I'm a little hesitant to take anything in that first 30 seconds. But we'll see if we can get down and actually give this thing a good wick. I'm not sure if Apex has that data or not. Let me pull it up here. So options analytics. While we're waiting on ES or NQ to do something here, I'm not trading in the first 30 seconds. NQ. Actually, we'll do ES just because it has more volume. I'll pull this off to the side while it's loading. No, it does not. It does not show data on Apex. So you'll have to get a different provider, which, I mean, honestly, if you're going to be trading full time, I'd get like an AMP. So like if you have AMP, I use AMP. You can use whoever you want. But if you have AMP, you get Quantower for free with all the features, right? You don't have to pay for any of your features on Quantower. You have AMP. So I have that. And like have 200 bucks. I mean, I have more in my AMP account, but you only have to have 100, 200 bucks in your account to get Quantower for free. And you know, you just got to pay for your data every month. So I think that's a great deal. So that's what I do. Let's see here. CL has broken through opening range. Like it wants to make a little bit of a pump here, but I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, it's a bear day. It's not the setup I like, so we're gonna be avoiding. We're gonna be avoiding that today. All right, so the map is open for SPY. It looks horrible. And same thing for NQ. They both look absolutely horrible today. I mean, I don't even know like what it like. We were 100% correct in saying that rocket scooter maps are going to look horrid today. That just looks terrible. I mean, you might as well just throw the map away at that point. It's just showing that there's a lot of indecision, right? There's an extreme amount of indecision in the options chain this morning. So we can pretty much disregard those, and we're just going to have to trade purely PA and our call pivots. Which I don't necessarily want to take along after so many bear moves. We've had pretty good buying consistently all morning. We do got a little bit of an iceberg down there at 48.50 on ES. NQ, the DOM honestly looks pretty open. The DOM is very thick. The book is very thick, or not thick, but it's very thin. Sorry. the book is very thin this morning on NQ. Yeah, there's really nothing I want to like. I'm excited to take here. I think it's probably going to be a very rangy, choppy day with the potential of a massive sell-off. Or we just retrace that whole entire freaking wick. 486. Honestly, it's not that far though, so it could definitely happen. But there's definitely nothing I want to take right away. So we'll just hang out and we'll see here. We'll see what transpires here. We're gonna exercise patience right off the bat this morning. Yes, sir, I do. You just asked, do I have basically a heat map on my background? Yes, that is what that is right there. You can see all your volume and stuff from your DOM on the chart. Something we've been working on. Getting it all the way dialed. But basically, yeah, I have bookmap on a time chart. And the guys over at FlowTrade, they're working on getting us this, plus they're also working on an indicator that automatically plots our call put volume, which will be epic if they get that. To have that automatically plotted. Good morning, Brian. And then a few other things that they're working on to make us basically like what I always want to see, or what I've always wanted, is to have I want to have a 5-minute chart that just has everything I want to see on it, as far as like the volume, the DOM, the heat map, the call put volume, opening range. Like I need all that just on one 5-minute chart, because I hate having like 15 different charts, each showing one different thing. Just give me one chart that has it all so I can see it all correlated and together. And that's what we're working on, getting that like created, designed. And they got most of it done, I think, and it should be out hopefully within the next couple weeks here. Yeah, it's a sorry, I'm tired. I haven't had any coffee this morning either. I'm out of creamer, and I will not drink coffee without creamer because that shit's disgusting. But no, it's a custom indicator that they made, which I really don't know why Quantower hasn't just integrated it yet. It's the code is complicated, but it's not complicated, I guess. Like they have the technology to do it, because they have the heat map already. It's just putting that heat map on time based instead of tick based. But it's oh wells. Honestly, I don't hate the CL short, but it's a bear day, so it probably means I'm wrong on CL. So we're chilling. I like it simply just because it's the opening range retest. So here's the thing, Rocky. I have creamer. I have a creamer upstairs in the refrigerator, and that shit is expired. I didn't know it expired. I got one of those big things, big jugs. It's expired. I drank coffee the other day, and I was like, took a sip. I was like, shit, that's expired, and it was disgusting. And I just haven't been to Dillon's, which is our we have like Walmart, Dillon in the Midwest. We have like Walmart, Dillon's, Sam's, that shit. I guess that's true, didn't I? So Rocky says, you said the same thing like weeks ago. How is it not fixed? It's probably the same creamer, to be honest. I believe it's probably the same thing a creamer, and I haven't got it done. Hot in 4K. Hot in 4K. Yeah, I've been going to, so the Quick Trip opened right next to work, and I've been getting my coffee like when I go out. Like I go out in the morning, eat coffee, and then mental note, don't have coffee at Goose's. It's true and real. And then yesterday I went to go make coffee, and I was like, surely it like wasn't actually expired, because the last time we streamed it, I was like, it just tasted bad. And then I actually looked at the creamer thing, is like, yeah, this is like hella expired. So yeah, no coffee for me. But really, I don't drink like too much coffee. I probably have like 3 to 4 cups a week. That's it. I try not to drink coffee on the weekends, but during the weekday, like I'll drink it. He bought 8 bags of coffee this week. It's a lot of coffee. You know what's funny is the coffee I drink, so my mom and dad my whole life drank like the classic like Folgers coffee. So like that's what I have, just because like that's what they always had. And that's the coffee I drink, which I like that coffee. Just like I need creamer in it. It's just like raw coffee itself. It's just like, ugh, it's bitter. Nothing too exciting happening yet. ES is just like so far away. It's actually in the chop no trade zone. So if you pull up, let me pull up our options volume. So this is where ES is, this balance zone. This is a no trade zone. And this is in the Discord too, in options volume, under the education tab. But so like this would be your call pivot, this would be your put pivot, and in the middle here, like this is the balance zone of right in between. So that's exactly where ES is right now. It's right here in between. Like this is the put pivot, this is the call pivot, and this is literally that balance zone right here in between. It's not really like, I would like to trade from pivot to balance zone, not balance zone to pivot, just because when we're in the balance zone, we're going to get a lot of chop. It's going to be gross. It's not going to be like a nice clean play. However, NQ is really close to its pivot. I'd like to see a test there, or at least I want to see it come down and test that area, see some volume come in. Then maybe I'd consider a play. But right now for ES, it's just like, it's right there in the middle. It's gross. I don't want to participate there. I'm gonna put one on MNQ, and then we'll take profit honestly around that 734 area, just as long as opening range holds. So opening range is at 301. We'll risk $40 on it. I'm not like super excited about this level, but I would probably add if we went a little lower. But it's just like, I'm seeing like the time and sales come through. I like how I pointed at the screen, like you guys can see me point at the screen. Time and sales, if you guys are watching, the volume's like kicked in, and it's like primarily buys. Like right now, now some sells are sticking in. So we'll see if we can bust the top of that level. Doesn't really look like it wants to. But if some more buys can step in, we break above that level, we could make a move up to like 380 where that volume is sitting. That was kind of the idea there. But no, big sells came in. Gonna be a fight here for a second. Basically, we're fighting to support opening range. ES is also supporting opening range. so let's see here. It does look like the book on ES is a little thicker to the downside. Just looking at the heat map and looking at the DOM on the right, looks like there's a lot more interest in buying lower. So we'll kind of have to keep note of that. That's why, like, I'm not, if we break below opening range, I'll definitely kill it and then maybe plan for another play. But if we can't break above this level either, it's going to be, if we can break above it, it's going to need to like actually run. If it doesn't run right away, it's going to reverse really hard. So we'll go ahead and kill it right away if that happens. But we need to get some buyers to show up above this 17,340 level, which they really just don't seem interested at all right now. Because you just see so many sellers kick in right there. Here's a bunch of volume coming in. We got PMI like literally right now too. So you guys got to be careful. But I like where we're at for this PMI release. Did PMI even get released? Like that was like probably the most low volume PMI I've ever seen in my whole life. There was nothing on that. Oh, the big PMI is at 10. Okay, I missed that rock, or I missed that decoy. That was just the small PMI. I'd say the volume's just kind of been really choppy, rangy. We might just be waiting on that PMI here in like 30 minutes then. It's like every time they move into opening range, buyers are there. We just need buyers to show up above 17,340. Which, nope, they're not going to do. Yeah, it looks like sellers are taking over here. I don't think we're going to get the move we wanted, so I'm going to go ahead and kill this, I think. I'm going to go ahead and kill this, and we're going to wait until we see some actual buyers come in. We're not seeing any buyers like really show up, so might as well kill it while we're still at break even. CL kind of rejecting opening range here, but I don't know. I see how it's poking opening range on both sides. Like, that's not a clean move on CL, and I don't like that. The move I like to make on CL doesn't poke either side. It comes in, it taps it, and it goes. So we're pretty much, no way we're getting a play on CL with that kind of action. Buyers still showing up in opening range, but there was just zero interest in buying above, which has got me just kind of like chilling right now. A lot of volume being built right here, though. That is for sure. He says, Caleb says he likes PMI to move down to a good price for buyers to move it up more. I don't disagree, but opening range is really fighting right now. That's the only thing that has me like wanting to be long, but at the same time, I don't know, they're fighting way too hard. Like, I want to see us pop above, come down, tap, and go. Fighting way too hard, which is why I killed that other one for like a loss of like $5. So we're just chilling right now. No need to get into anything heavy. CL starting to reject out of opening range now. Like I said, that was just such a bad test. Honestly, if I was gonna buy anywhere, I'd probably buy like a half gap MHP test on NQ. So opening range right now is like right at MHP, but there's so much volume down here with MHP being down there. MHP is like the one level I'll always take a trade at, even if the map looks disgusting like this. I mean, this is like kind of like a worthless map right now. But I think all this volume down here is just going to pull us through opening range, pull us to the downside. But I mean, I'm not going to short a test into opening range that's into a put pivot, right? Like this at the bottom of a move. That'd be silly. It'd be a silly goose move. I would short the shit out of 17,484. 17,500. I'd be short there for sure. Or I'd short 49.30. But shorting down here, just not really my move, and we're still in opening range too. Almost 30 minutes in here. I'm happy that I killed that trade though, because I think that would have at least came down and been within a tick of our stop so far. The bottom of opening range. It looks like it's gonna break. So it's good to take that break even. True. Rocky says news and data in 7 minutes. We can get moving after that. I agree. Yeah, we may just chop here for the next 5 to 6 minutes until this news release comes out. Really thought we would get a little bit of something. Hmm. Yeah, that was a good good on us to take the break even. We would have been stopped on that long. So have not lost really anything. We're still up 13 whole ass dollars. 13 whole ass dollars. We're chilling right now. But Dummy Trader is in the house. What's up, my dude? What's brackin', bruh? How you living? But no, we're just chilling right now. We got news in like 3 minutes. I mean, it says on the chart there. So 3 minutes till news release. We'll see what happens. Maybe we get in a trade before I bounce here. I'm gonna bounce here probably not too long after the news release. Not too interested in getting all crazy today. Yeah, seller's just pretty consistent, pushing it down through opening range. Watching until you open in an hour. Sad. What time is it there? Wherever you're at. So it's 9 a.m. where I'm at right now. You should already be open and grinding, working. $3 p.m. wherever you're at. Gee, many Christmas. So you're on the other side of the planet, sir. Well, that's nice that you get to trade. You basically you get to trade market open and stuff before you actually have to work. That's nice. Have that little bit of freedom there. That's a bad thing about the sunny Scotland. Hell yeah. That's on my bucket list of places to go. Is Scotland. Yeah, that's the problem with the US is like market opens at 8:30 and closes at 3, so then like everyone is at work from like 8:30 to 3, so it kind of sucks because I mean like Globex trading is garbage, or at least the Globex trading that we get to participate in is garbage because like New York or London open is at like 2 a.m. my time, right? So it's like great, can't really trade that. Whereas the Europeans, they get to trade RTH and like they get all the good stuff when it's not like work hours for the regular working American. All right, we got 1 minute until PMI release. It's gonna open right here at this call pivot. ES is right at the bottom of opening range. As badly as I want to be long, I'm not gonna do it. Simply because I'm not gonna be a degenerate into news. Archie, yeah, we do. Let me pull up the financial juices. 30 seconds until release. See what happens here. I got my financial juice open. Hell yeah, Mr. Trader. Trades the same strategy as RTH, just tighter. Stop loss, take profit. Hell yeah. Hell yes, brother. Oh, I am glad we weren't long. Although my data just froze, so that's lit. It's lit! Oh, that call wall is holding. Or that put pivot, I guess. Sorry. It's getting the shit mixed up between that and RS. Put pivot is holding. But do we break it? Do we break it and sell to zero? QQQ actually sold off quite a bit. Everything pretty much beat on the manufacturing side, which is that bullish or bearish, whoever fucking knows. It could be too good, could be not good enough, could be bad. They change how they say it is however they want to move the market. Honestly, the news itself doesn't necessarily matter as much. We're moving down to half gap on QQQ. And I'm going to put one on. We're really holding that level. And we're targeting 17,380. If we can get above opening range, we'll target 17,380. If sellers step in, I'll just kill it immediately. So I'm watching this pretty closely right now. I mean, buyers seem excited here. We're at that call or that put pivot. But are they going to do anything? I don't know. They don't seem to be wanting to take any continuation to the upside. We break the call pivot, I'll just kill it. I say if we lose this put pivot here, then we're gonna liquidate pretty hard. I think we'll sell off pretty hard. That's why I'm just thinking that this will be a good long area, just because like bulls have to defend this spot, keep us from really having like another massive sell-off day. But we'll see. They gotta really show something up through opening range, which they're not really wanting to do here, it seems. I need them to really push through opening. If we can get above opening range, we'll be in the good stuff. There, it seems like they're wanting to actually take something off. Getting a good move there. Buyers stepping in, sellers trying to fight here. We can get above opening range, we'll be okay. We got to get there first. Dummy Trader says too many numbers out this week. It's been a heavy news week. So I'm thinking next week will be a nice week for trading. We gotta survive and get there. Come on, get above opening range, baby. Give me that launch action. Look how good that freaking put pivot was, baby. Look at that. Provided a nice, what is that, 40-point bounce? I got in late just because, you know, we wicked it right during news. Okay, now if we break back into or under opening range, I'll just kill it right away. I want to see us get some continuation to the upside here. Man, buyer's not wanting to take us up above OR. Running into a bit of a wall here. And see him just stacking on the dom a little bit. We're gonna have to bust them if we want to make this move. I'm gonna move my stop right below opening range. So the trade is green no matter what. We'll lock in 15 points or hopefully like, you know, 80. That's what we're targeting. But if it falls back below opening range, I don't want to be in the trade anymore. I want to see us get above this and take off. Buyers are being just a little bit suspicious right now. Is my face in the way? Can you even see what I'm doing? No, you can't. There. So I moved my stop into profit right under opening range. We're starting to take off a little bit here. Like I said, the target I want is that thick volume boy up at 17,370-ish. You know, wick that overnight high. That's the target at least. Or what time? Oh fuck! It's 9:07. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and kill it. I have got to get on the road, otherwise I'm gonna be late. Let's go ahead and lock this in. We are locked in, ladies and gentlemen. Let's pull that trade up settings. Visual trading trades. So we had a break even on our first attempt long, and then we got a nice, what is that? Like 40 points? Nice. So hit a nice long. I have got to go drive. Archie asked, do we have problems with Rhythmic this morning? I do not. Problems are good. Got a nice trade in. I think it's going to go higher. 37 or 17,380 is the spot I'm really looking for. But I have got to go. Got to log out. So we're going to take our hit. What did we get? We're up 80 bucks on the day. I'll take it. I'll take it for a post FOMC day on an account that we don't trade that much. I'm good with it. Are those the only charts I watch when I'm trading? I'll watch the rocket scooter charts as well. But other than that, that is all I watch while I trade. I have everything I need to see on each chart. And even with this, all I see, I just look for like, hey, is price action going to be good or bad today? Today, it looks like price action is going to be absolute dog water. So yeah, I'm okay with taking that base hit trade. We got some money in the account. We're finally green on a stream. Seems like every time we stream, we can't ever get a trade in. It either chops or we end up just break even on the day. So we got one. So hell yeah. So I'm gonna head out. Thank you everyone for showing up. Great stream. Look at that thing rip. I'm sad I took profit. I'm sad. But you know what? Brian said it best. Base hits pay the bills. I gotta bounce. I will see you guys in the next one. See you next week.